Hello, everyone, and welcome. What is that? I am your host, Alan Awesome, joined always by Prince Rick.
We can't dance. The boss said we're not allowed to dance.
Shh, that's heat.
How? That is heat, bro. That's heat, brother.
That's heat.
I couldn't, when I saw him stop it, I'm like, you're an asshole, but that is brilliant.
He knew what
That
he
is, yeah,
he
yeah,
knew what he was saying.
absolutely.
But I am your
And
host, Alan Awesome, joined by Prince Rick, Rick Othan. Rick, good morning.
Good morning, mate. Good evening from my side of the world. We're in the middle of a long weekend. It's grand final fever here in Australia. We've had the AFL grand final today, which is the Australian rules football. It's like aerial ping pong. Not halftime show, but the show before it. You'll never guess who performed at the AFL grand final. Kiss.
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 Wow.
Yes. And they rocked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Didn't think those geriatric motherfuckers were still going, but yeah, and still great. Still great.
What songs did they play?
Rock and
Rock and
roll all
roll,
night.
obviously.
Yeah. And that's, you know what, because I'm not much of an AFL follower. My beloved Kangaroos were nowhere near the final
Wait, there's a
today.
team called the Kangaroos?
North Melbourne Kangaroos. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a
Don't be.
fan.
We suck.
I
We
don't care.
suck so bad.
Both of my sports teams sucks. I don't,
Yeah.
what's
Well,
another one?
the final today was between the Collingwood Magpies,
Ooh, that's a good name too.
yeah, and the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, nah, fuck the Lions. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a toss up between the
Oh,
Magpies or the Kangaroos.
yeah. Well, Collingwood won today 90-86. So,
Wow,
yeah, it was a very close game by all accounts.
I do
And then
not know what that
tomorrow is the
means.
Rugby League Grand Final.
Ooh,
Yeah, so that will be the Penrith Panthers versus the Brisbane Broncos. My son goes for the Panthers, so he's going to be up for it.
I hate because we have a teams with like the Panthers, the Broncos, and the
Yeah.
Lions. But goddamn, Magpies or Kangaroos? That's a tough choice. Yeah, I don't know how anything about what you just said. Like those.
No, that's fine. It's like me with American football. Don't worry, it's fine.
So over here on the cable station that we have, it's called Spectrum. Like there's like at least 5 or 6 channels that have cricket recaps, and I
Yep.
legit was like watching it for about 2 hours. So I was like, this is incredible. I had no idea what the hell was going on, but
Depends on what type of cricket you watch because there's all different forms of sports. Have we just gone into some weird time loop? Like we're meant to be talking about wrestling.
yeah, but this is cool. I like this. I don't get this like hear anything about like
Yeah,
overseas. It's crazy. It's crazy.
over in the other part of the world.
Yeah,
All right,
legit.
our clocks go forward tonight, so I'm
Oh
missing an hour
no.
sleep.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
so it's going to screw with our time schedule as well.
Oh
Bloody
no.
shit.
Ours goes back soon.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I don't know when. I think it's November.
yeah, not good.
We go
But
back.
oh
But
fuck,
yes, we
let's.
are talking about wrestling. Today is Memory Lane, part two. But before that,
We've got a special segment, don't we? And this is going to be yours. And I believe we're going to call it Fuck That Fucking Ramp Rant. Take it away.
as I said last episode, I was not pleased with that stupid ramp. You liked it. Reminds you of old WCW. Great. It took out Adam Cole, baby. It even kind of started if Penta or if Phoenix didn't jump off that cage, probably would have like landed awkwardly on Moxley, who landed on his head, who started his concussion. So that took a little bit. Hi, Doug. But it took
Yeah, they won
Adam
in.
Cole away from us. So fuck that fucking ramp.
Oh,
The Adam Cole, as you probably saw on Dynamite, just his ankle exploded. People said it's a work. Fuck
Did it
all the
though?
way off.
Did it?
It's not. It's not a work. I do not think it's a work. He broke his ankle
Uh,
in three places. Three, three.
three.
He tore a bunch of ligaments and will need surgery.
Yes.
So,
Not a
fuck
good night.
that fucking ramp.
It's
I
you know
swear to
what?
God, they better keep doing these like little vignettes that they've been doing just to keep the story going. And then there
Captain
was
Insano
this,
shows no mercy.
oh my God, that was hilarious. You know what?
Yeah.
You better than you babies. You're all right. Yes, they fucking are.
You know what? Like kudos to AEW for being able to pivot. Um, if this is an actual injury, I'm still on the fence. But as we saw at the end of Dynamite, what happened? We had the devil himself, or did we, attacking Jay White, Switchblade,
With
with some hired goons.
three other people, I think it was.
Three or four.
Sorry.
And who could it be in that devil mask?
Listen, okay, first off, time out. If 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 this is a work, I have the world's hottest hot sauce in my cabinet.
Oh,
If it's a work, I will eat two chicken wings with that hot sauce on the show.
hey, let me just make a call and make sure that it's a work. I
If
want to
if
see that.
if if it's a work, that's I'll do it. But I don't
Yes.
think it is. I do not at all think it is. But
We shall wait and see.
we'll see. Like I said, if it is, the sauce is called The Bomb Beyond Insanity. It's been featured on Hot Ones for many seasons. And I've had it a bunch. It is not fun. It is.
Cal- Carolina Reaper chilies.
I have no idea what the fuck is in it. It's it. Like, I'm gonna take a quote from like old school from Will Ferrell. Once it hits your lips, you are fucked. The second it hits your lips, it is
Oh,
disgustingly bad. It has no flavor. The other sauce
oh,
I
it's
have
just
is the other hot sauce I have is the last stab from Hot Ones. It's hot, but the bomb
it's just
is
pure heat.
it's just instant fuck your
Ugh.
face. It
Do you
is
know?
bad.
Do you know what would go down really well and would cure the burning sensation on your lips? Would be a beer bash.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Beer Bash, but that was a nice segue into
Thank you.
Memory Lane Part 2 because we're leaving off where we left off. I think my last memory I
1999.
talked about was the reformation of DX. I wanted to go to more WWE events, and the next WWE event I went to was the Beer Bash. I think it was the go home show before WrestleMania 15.
Possibly.
Yeah, because it was Rock versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania. It was Albany. It's been voted a bunch of times as like the most craziest thing, the best moment on Raw, the beer truck.
Vince doing the swim on the no, that was just so it was the greatest moment. It
It
was awesome.
it
Like
was pretty
as,
awesome.
as much as I hate the just the creepy, just sexual devianted pest that he is, no one put himself out there like Vince McMahon. Like he wasn't afraid to make himself look like a dick.
Nope.
His facial expressions were second to none, and yeah, that was, as a couple of Australian women would say, it was iconic. Am I doing it right?
Yep. It was perfect because I went that way.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I was at least five, five rows on the side on the ramp, so like I was on the truck side, and it was beer uh, for at least for at least about a couple minutes. He it was legit beer. Like I got ripped a new one when I got home. So I was so
Oh,
young.
really?
Yeah, that was a day like I got my DX Sucker shirt. I was covered in
Nice.
beer. My dad had just taken me to see that movie Half Baked. It
Oh,
shouldn't have been taken to it. I was a little kid. I think I was like 13, like 10 or 12. I can't remember the age. Time just fucking goes with me.
yeah.
But it was legit beer for a little bit, and then it switched to soap and water.
Oh, as you do, yes.
Yep, really weird. And yeah, it was insane live. That place went fucking nuts. Nuts.
I I
Something
tell
I'll
you,
always go on to.
I remember just before I moved to Australia, it was SummerSlam 2002. It was Rock versus Brock. I was watching it at my mate's
Mm.
house, so this would have been August. I moved to Australia 2 months later as well. But I was glued for one reason and one reason only, and that was HBK, Shawn Michaels, coming back after 4.5 years to take on Triple H, and he didn't miss a beat. He just looked every bit as good as the HBK of old, and I was marking out big time. I was so happy for it.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, it was that I remember so clearly. And then I moved to Australia 2 months later, and I kind of tapered off of wrestling for a couple of years, thankfully, because that was the Triple H fucking reign of terror between 2003 and 2005 ish. But I got back into it when the Doctor of Thugonomics come on board. You can't see me.
You can't
You
see
can't
me.
see me.
You can't see me. I was also very big into John Cena's Doctor of Economics. There was legitimately I legitimately dressed up as him for Halloween twice.
Yeah,
The first time though, oh the puppies. Was there like a alligator out there or some shit?
yeah. I think maybe a kangaroo going past the park.
Shit, that'd be awesome. But I literally got off the school bus, walked into the hardware store, bought like a chain link that was probably about like that big,
Yeah,
bought a padlock, put those two together, put it on. I had an old Mets jersey. I had just a hat. And I was raring to go. I had jorts because I love jorts.
yeah, yeah. I
I
was
was
heavy into the
big
jorts.
in the jorts. And I
Yeah,
went as John Cena. And now that brings us to our 2000s.
it does. Yes, and I'm with you. I was a big John Cena fan. My God, those dogs. I had the Champ is Here T-shirt that had the spinner belt underneath.
Hmm.
Um, and when I turned 18, I went to Rod Laver Arena here in Melbourne and watched a live event. And there's a few things that stick out for me. One, the WWE fucked with us just before the show started. Everyone's down, the lights dim, and this music hits. If you smell, and the crowd went fucking ballistic. It was just advertising for the new video game, and like just the collective groan, knowing that it wasn't The Rock. Like we were just holy shit, this is The Rock's come back. So that was a gigantic letdown. I was 4 rows from the front, which was awesome. Got to high five a few of the wrestlers. Triple H and Ric Flair were literally a meter and a half away from me when they fought in the crowd, and Ric Flair's covered in blood. That was a really good match. I got the ill-fated, very outdated chant of "We want puppies" started. I started that chant in the Rod Laver Arena
Wow.
when Trish Stratus was taking on Tori Wilson, and Trish had Ashley Mazzaro by her side. So the rest of the card was pretty average. We saw HBK and Big Show team up against Chris Masters and Carlito, and we were treated to a no holds barred, no disqualification match for the WWE title. John Cena versus Kurt Angle and there was the use of one chair shot. That was it. For a no DQ match, no disqualifications, the only foreign object that was used was one chair shot towards the end of the match.
Kurt.
Yep. I was like, yep, this is a live event. Thanks. That's great.
Yep, this is a live event. Yep, I made that mistake once, and I was like, oh my God, wait, we're gonna get like, I can't remember what the exact live event, but it was like John Cena versus HBK for the title. I'm like, let's fucking go, like right now. And I got there and I
Yeah.
was like, why is the stage so small? Why is there like no TV? I was like, where the fuck is the TV crew? Like, what is going on? I was like, oh, it's a live event.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you think when you went to that live event, did the ring look a lot smaller
it is smaller.
than you?
It
Yeah,
does. It looks just
the
a
ring.
tiny bit smaller.
Yeah, I was
It's
definitely like,
noticeably though.
yeah, I'm like, this is not the ring they use on TV.
Mm-mm.
So, which brought me to my next question: wouldn't that throw all your timing out? You know, you're running the ropes. You run
It,
3 or 4 heavy steps, and
oh,
bang,
that was
you're
close to the shit.
yeah, that's it. Like I would have thought, but we're not in the business. We could
Nope.
be just talking shit.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't.
Absolute
Maybe
shit.
it was the same ring, but who knows? We're just a couple of marks
We are just a couple of marks talking shit, talking shit, talking shit.
from the second rope. But
Because we can't get to the top.
my next thing, I guess, was the return of
Captain America.
close, close. Oh
Or
no,
Mr. America,
yeah,
sorry.
Mr. America. I was gonna say Captain
Yeah.
America. You want to go down that road? Oh, total. I could talk Marvel 4 days, but no, it was a SmackDown. My I went with my uncle this time. God rest in peace. I love my uncle, but he worked for the airport, so he's like, yeah, I got tickets to SmackDown. Let's go see SmackDown. It was after the the '03 Royal Rumble. It was after the '03 Royal Rumble. It was when Stephanie was like, you're trying to get to Bischoff like you're trying to get Austin. Well, I got something up my sleeve. And then Friday Friday Night SmackDown, even though it was a Tuesday, there he is, brother. Hulk Hogan returns, confronts Vince McMahon. I think that was also the return of Undertaker too. Real quick.
As Big Evil.
Yeah, it's a big
Short
evil.
hair?
No, he still had. Uh, I want to say it was just it was just in a ponytail. But he
Yeah,
was still
okay.
riding the motorcycle. I remember him riding the motorcycle. And I remember him just sitting on the steps, on the steel steps, and he was just talking. But I remember just like it was an okay SmackDown, but like seeing Hulk Hogan, I was like, wow, I haven't seen Hulk Hogan since 1992. Like shit, like it was pretty sweet. But that part, the whole SmackDown, that really doesn't really sit with me in my head as much as what
No.
happened afterwards. Because my uncle worked for the airport, and he's like, "Hey, you want to like just go to the airport and like see everybody?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" So we went to the airport in the terminal waiting for the jet, which I saw pull up. I'm like, "That's a cool ass jet." I wanted to go in it, but you know, didn't
Mm-hmm.
have that. So in the waiting room was Sergeant Slaughter, Michael P.S. Hayes, uh, Edge, but he was injured, so he really wasn't wrestling. I got a picture and a photograph from Edge, and then Mr. McMahon and Shane McMahon, which I have a picture of both, but they were in a storage locker that got sold, so I do not have those anymore.
Ah.
It's just a
Oh,
memory.
dude.
I know. Tell me about it. I know. I know.
Dude. Pay your
I
fucking bills. Oh, dude.
but just
Dude.
I've met all three of them. Edge was absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
He is just the sweetest person to meet live. Maybe we'll see him Sunday. Who knows? But
I
that's
doubt
another
it.
story. Me, we'll see him, but probably not as the devil. But
No.
that's another story. But it was just that's just like a memory, just like the beer
Yep.
bath and like the '92 Royal Rumble will just live with me forever. And then 2006 came.
And what happened in 2006, good sir?
New Year's Revolution.
Was this the snake bit card where every fucker got injured?
No,
Or was that 2005?
I think that was 2005.
Because you had Eugene fuck his knee up, you had Lita fuck herself up.
Oh no, nope.
No,
This was Triple H versus Big Show with that giant cast. This was ooh, I want to say it was the Bra and Panties Gauntlet Invitational thing.
ooh,
I think that was that, and it was the Elimination Chamber between John Cena defending this title against Kane, Triple H or HBK, Kurt Angle,
Carlito, Chris Masters.
Carlita, Chris Masters, and I want to say I don't know if it was Booker T. I can't remember who the last person was. I think
That was the
that was Ted.
iconic cash in.
Yep. So now at that point, I hate John Cena. I cannot stand John Cena.
Yes.
He's being pushed
He,
down our throats.
yeah.
Fuck him. I don't care about John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
So
Agree.
when he beat Carlito, I was like, all right, I'm out. So I started walking up. With me and my buddy were just like walking up. We're like right about to get the curtains, and I hear Vince McMahon come out. I was like, no fucking way. What's going on? So now I'm like, okay, let's go back there on our seats. And it's like, we gotta cash in, pal. And then here comes Edge with the briefcase. I was like, oh shit. Cashed in, beat John Cena, and I was like, man, I am so happy we did not leave. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It
And
was
you know what?
awesome.
That like the first is always the best. And I never thought in a million years that's how a cash in was going to work. Like I know, I was young. What 2005? I would have been 18. So you're a bit privy to things. I'm just thinking, okay,
Yeah,
well, he's the ultimate opportunist. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna wrangle this? I'm thinking WrestleMania. I'm thinking he's just gonna make himself triple threat WrestleMania. He's gonna put himself in. But yeah, to do it at the end of a match, I was like, oh, that's good. That's
yeah.
such good shit, pal.
Winning his first. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about No Mercy. Sorry. Rewind, rewind. No Mercy '99.
Ah,
Fucking no, 2000.
hang on.
Kurt Angle's first title.
We're going to talk about that. Okay. I thought we were going to go back to 99 and talk about the ladder match, but no,
No,
that's fine.
No Mercy 2000. Kurt Angle's first title win at No Mercy. Austin returns to kick Rikishi's ass because I did it for The Rock.
Was that event?
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah, right.
But yeah, I was there for
Was it
that too.
was it No Mercy?
hmm No Mercy 2000. I think it was also Triple H versus Redacted. He he who should not be named.
It took me a bit to get
I
them. Like, oh yeah,
think,
yeah, I know.
and I want to say it was Jericho versus X-Pac in a cage match. Don't quote me. Let me.
Okay.
I want to look this up. But yeah, like, I forgot I was at the 2000 No Mercy. That was awesome. Kurt Angle's fucking first title win, like first like big title win, was
What
awesome against The Rock. Yep.
what were your memories? So obviously, at the early 2000s, WWE had bought its competition.
Yeah.
We know that the failed invasion storyline, yada yada yada. Now, I wasn't too privy to it until again 2005. There's this new company out there that's got a lot of very familiar stars, and it had three initials that sounded a lot like tits and ass, which could be misconstrued for tits and ass, but it was actually Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, formerly known as TNA. Did you get much coverage of this? Like, it was extremely hard to find over here in Australia. I think they got a television deal in 2007, 2008 on like Fox 8, I think it was over here, and that lasted all of about a year. And yeah, it was just so hard to find. Like DVDs were hard to find. You really had to scour for it. You had to follow it online. What were your thoughts on it? Because I liked it. I'm actually currently going back through YouTube at the moment because the
Uh,
Impact Wrestling channel is actually putting all of their old pay-per-views on for free people. It is awesome. I say all of them. There have been a couple that I haven't been able to find yet because they haven't been uploaded. But I'm like 2005 Genesis is not on there. That was after
mm,
Bound for Glory, but Turning Point, 2005 Turning Point is
ooh,
on there. So that's what I'm going to jump to next.
I I don't remember. I want to say they did have. I want to say it was on Spike. I
They did
can't.
go to Spike in 2006.
I think that's when I kind of started catching in because I I started watching it when Kurt went over because like I said,
Oh,
I was and still am a big Kurt Angle fan. So I think I was the only one cheering at that No Mercy event when he won that title because I was like,
oh really?
let's fucking go. Fuck you, Rock, you piece of shit. I was like, let's fucking go. Um uh yeah, I want to say it was Spike, but I love old school TNA.
Yeah, thank
Lethal
you.
Lockdown, like see, you have like this pay-per-views now. It's like, oh, Elimination Chamber, but only one match is in the Elimination Chamber. Nuh-uh. Lethal Lockdown was like all these fucking matches are in a fucking.
It It was, and again, you're obviously on the side of the fence where you liked that concept. You know, the pay per view, everything was in a cage match. Whether,
X
and I'm
Division
on the
match,
X, yeah, oh, you know, that X Division
dude.
was awesome, Ultimate X, but Lockdown, Lethal Lockdown, always kind of irked me a little bit. If every single match on the card is a cage match, does it ruin the cage match? The cage match is meant to be for a blow off feud, or am I just really old
And I
school
figured
mentality in that?
this was just the only year. This was the only pay-per-view that they actually had a cage match. It's not like they had like
Yeah,
cage matches on other things. So it was a way for all these feuds to
fuse to kind of blow up. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
and then yeah, fucking cage lowers on the top,
Yeah.
all the weapons, dude.
Yeah.
T TNA back from like 2005 to about I want to say probably like 2010, if
Just
that.
before Hogan
Just
and Bischoff got there.
yes, they
Yeah.
ruined it. Was
Well,
like
oh,
fucking
absolutely.
stellar.
And you know what? It's so funny. It's like when they come out and they done the promo and they're in a standard squared circle, they're not in the six-sided ring, and Hogan is like, six sides only got you so far, brother. And it's like, read the fucking room, Hulk. This they want the alternative. They don't want the same thing on the other channel. The six-sided ring made it look different and made it feel different, you know.
That's what
And
drew me over there. I'm like, they
yeah,
have six
absolutely.
sided ring. I was like, how the
Yeah,
fuck do you do that? And then I was watching a couple matches. I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. I think
yeah,
I have at least 6 to 10 DVDs up there of like
yeah,
Impact of like TNA Impact. Loved the main event. Mafia was sick. Christian's debut in
yeah. That
TNA
was
was
awesome.
insane. Obviously, Angles and it brought us My World. I love My World. I don't care what anybody says. Jeff
Hang on,
Jarrett is the best.
the the song or the podcast?
The song.
Okay, yeah, I was say the podcast. I love the podcast. I've never got on board with Jeff Jarrett as a character in the main event scene.
The King of the
Like
Mountain.
he was just painful. Again, maybe that was just me as a youngster. I never really cared for Jeff Jarrett, but like you listen to his podcast now, it's so interesting.
Yeah,
He's so smart to the business.
he really is.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't need to see him wrestle on my AEW screen for a title, but here we
Yeah,
are.
especially against fucking Phoenix.
I mean, he can bring his wife Karen Jarrett out with her tits hanging out. That's not a problem. By all means, go for it. But,
Still salty. Still,
yeah.
still salty. That's another thing. Time out. Back
Oh,
to the ramp. Phoenix also got injured. I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe the ramp, but I don't care. Fast forward again. But yeah, like that Max Caster rap, Rassel rap. Oh my god, stealing like Kurt Angle's wife.
yeah,
Hilarious.
yeah.
That
He is brilliant.
I wish I haven't really finished it yet. The the Angle documentary on Peacock, the network, whatever the fuck is out there. It's excellent, by the way. It's depressing. It's very sad, but like I don't know if he talks about how Jeff stole his wife. Stole his wife.
Did they though? They were already. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not. I won't. I'm not even going to touch
I
that one.
I mean
I got
I could
nothing.
see
I know.
I could see why Karen Jarrett left Kurt Angle because Jesus
He was
fucking
in a bad way.
Christ.
He was in a bad way.
And he even elaborates it more on the Joe Rogan podcast, the Joe Rogan
Yeah.
Experience, because he was on there recently. It's just
Oh, really? I'll have to
how
dig that
is
out.
how is he still alive? I do not know.
Yeah.
Do not know.
He 2000. I'm going to say 2009. TNA Kurt Angle looked fucking weird. He looked like he was
Skinny,
growing his hair back a little bit. Skinny, thank you. He
skinnier.
looked skinny in the face. He had the stubble and he had like the stubbly hair with the bald patch still. And it's like I get trying to, change things up a little bit, but it didn't look like Kurt Angle. It did not look like Kurt Angle.
No.
Um, do you remember
Do you remember?
Victory Road 2011, the Jeff Hardy
Oh
Sting incident?
God. I did not. That's when I kind of stopped
Yeah,
watching TNA, and but I did look that up like immediately after it aired. I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Now, here's my gripe with it, and this is what grinds my gears.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Sting was the champion. They couldn't find Jeff Hardy all day. It's come out, it's been said, this isn't hearsay. Jeff got to the arena and he went missing up until showtime. Now, he comes out for his match, and Bischoff has stated that he noticeably looked unsteady. Wouldn't you, in that situation, you're live on pay-per-view, you know something's up. Even before it got to that point, Jeff Hardy is MIA. Switch the main event up. Put someone else in the title picture, and when Jeff comes out for his said match, collar him. Stop him going out. If that doesn't happen and he goes out, Bischoff came out to the ring. He could have bought someone else out. He could have then said that this is going to be an elimination three-way. Boom. Pin Hardy. Get him the fuck out of there. Then we've got a main event. We've got Sting versus Angle, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, whoever was close in that storyline, if any. Fuck, could have had Ric Flair. Anything would have been better than what they gave us for that. It's hard to say you need a contingency plan for that, but surely with the amount of experience, not only from the wrestlers in the locker room, but the like Hogan, Bischoff, and all like they've been involved in wrestling. They should have called an audible, and that's what really grinded my gears about that.
Yes to all that. That shouldn't have happened at all.
No.
And he wants to talk about Tony Khan all the fucking time. Bischoff. Victory Road, 2011, dickhead. What'd you do?
Yeah.
It's bad. It was bad.
It's
I think that's when I started like losing all respect for Jeff Hardy. Because it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck are you
Look,
doing?
addiction is very real, and
It
it
is.
is
It
it
is,
is
sadly.
extremely difficult to get over.
Yep.
But how this guy has avoided long stints in jail is beyond me. If he was regular Joe Blow off the street, and this, you know what, this goes for fucking John Jones in the UFC as well. The amount of shit that he's gone through, that causing an accident, high on cocaine, fleeing the scene of an accident of a pregnant lady, and he doesn't get jail time. If that's you or me, they're putting us in for fucking 5 years.
If that.
Jeff Hardy, multiple offenses, had multiple illegal drugs at his home, raided, multiple DUIs. How has this guy avoided jail? Like long stints in jail. I'm not talking, oh, he was in jail for 2 nights. I was in jail for 30 days. Like you or me, we're missing a chunk of our life.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
Oh, that's yeah. That kind of got off topic a little bit.
Yeah. That's what this show is. Second Rope
Yes.
Mark's off-topic podcast. I love it.
Oh, we should totally have a second rope marks off topic. Boom, the rant corner. But yeah, and then that leads us to now. Like we can't really go memory lane anymore, where we're relatively in the present. I mean, you bypass the mid 2010s. It was just wrestling. Like it's not really too much to talk about.
I didn't really,
especially in WWE.
I didn't really attend much.
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I attended. There was a House of Hardcore, actually. House of Hardcore, Tommy Dreamer's event. Me and my wife attended that 5-6 years ago, perhaps, maybe longer. Got to meet Victoria. Got to kiss Mickey James on the cheek. That was nice. Got a picture with Bull Dempsey. If you don't know who he was in NXT at the time. What disappointed me was, and when I bought tickets, by sheer coincidence, Tommy Dreamer interacted with me on Twitter at the time and actually DM'd me to thank me for purchasing tickets and all this. And me and Tommy had a brief conversation through Twitter and DMs back and forth. And he's like, "You'll have to introduce yourself to me when you come to the meet and greet and everything else." Yeah, sweet, no worries, awesome, Tommy, thank you. So I get there, I do the rounds, I go to the merch tables, I see the wrestlers and see Tommy Dreamer, and he's standing at his merch table. So I walk over and everything. Like some fans are like trying to talk to him, and he's just kind of. So hey, Tommy, how you going? And he like kind of looks at me. I said, "Oh, my name's Rick. You know, we had a few DMs on Twitter. You told me to introduce myself to you. Just want to say I'm a huge fan." And he goes, "Thanks for coming." That's it. That's all I got from him. He wasn't part of the group photo that we all got. He didn't come out for that. He didn't come out for the Q&A that we have with all the other wrestlers. And I was like, fuck you, Tommy Dreamer. You're big timing me?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Sure did, bud.
You and your polka dot pants in tribute to Dusty Rhodes. He'd be ashamed of you. Got another rant. Oh. It was so disappointed, so disheartening.
I would be too. Yeah, my closest memory of wrestling was going to Full Gear last year, 2 years ago. I think it was last year. Yeah, last year. Full Gear last year. It was awesome.
Yep.
It was awesome.
We went to Super Showdown in Melbourne at the MCG. It was like 65,000 fans there. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
We were in the nosebleed spot. Like it was hard to see anything. The sound was off as well, man. Like the referee would make a count and it'd be like 1, 2. It was so awkward. We're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
But nothing like experiencing the Undertaker's entrance live in person. Like chills.
For me,
big stadium, chills.
Yeah, before in that little break. Yeah, I forgot. 2013. Duh. WrestleMania 29, baby. MetLife.
You were there for the Taker Punk match.
I was jealous. I was there. Yes, I can say I was at WrestleMania. I was at WrestleMania 29. but I was legit the second to last row in that stadium. I was so high up, and like that's all I wanted. That's literally all I wanted. I wanted to see the Undertaker at a WrestleMania. That's all I wanted to see. I saw him. It was against Punk. Couldn't really see his entrance because I was like off to the side. I was like up off to the side. But it
Yeah.
was I didn't like when I went back home and I watched it and like I just saw like the hands like reaching up. I was like, that's sick as shit. And then I got to hear Living Color play fucking Cult of Personality, and I'm like, I looked at my friend. I was like, okay, I kind of want to leave now. Like, I don't want to see Brock versus Triple H. Who the fuck cares? I don't want to see Cena versus The Rock too. But like he's like,
once in a lifetime. Oops, no, it wasn't.
Twice. But this was the technically The Rock's last match because he injured everything.
Ripped his abdomen muscles to shreds.
But we ended up staying the whole time. I was like, it's like, bro, all I wanted to do was see the Undertaker entrance at WrestleMania. That's all. I really didn't care. I think it started off with like The Shield versus Sheamus, Big Show, and Orton.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Then you had that fucking jackass Ryback
against Mark Henry.
Versus Mark Henry. But the best, and I can say I was a part of this, the crowd started the I'll tell you, leaving that stadium, walking down the concourses or all these other stairs, everybody was just awesome. And then what happens the next night? I was like, you know what? I kind of don't want to go to the Raw the next night.
You should have.
What fucking happens? The fucking Money in the Bank cash. Dolph Ziggler, that place went nuts. I'm like, God damn. Nope.
Yep.
Didn't go.
And if people don't know what we were on about, that was Fandango's entrance music. That shows you how out of touch Vince was back then. He thought nothing gets heat like a ballroom dancer.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck me.
Good shit. Jericho, you're gonna lose to him.
If you haven't heard Jericho talk about that match on Inside the Ropes, I suggest you sniff it out. It's fucking hilarious.
I think he also briefly talks about it on his podcast sometime.
Yeah,
I can't remember what episode. So. I listen to Jericho's podcast. It's great.
It is.
He's
you can only set thumbs up or down for a song playing on your custom station.
That's Alexa.
Fuck you. You know how many times that happens? I unplug that bitch. You know how many times that happens to me? I'll be watching something and it's like for instance, we'd be watching like a couple years ago, we'd be watching Raw, and like all of a sudden you hear Alexa Bliss, and it's like,
ping.
It's like, what? No. And she's like, did you want me to add that to your cart? No, bitch, shut the fuck up. But
yeah, we've been called out with her once. Actually, about a month or so ago, we left something in our cart, and it asked us. Well, it actually didn't ask us at all. I wasn't home, neither was my wife, but my middle child was home, and my eldest child. My middle child was out in the lounge room, and she. I don't want to say her name, but we all know what it is. It's the Amazon smart device. Has the yellow ring, and that's a notification.
Mm-hmm.
And so he asked her, show me my notification, yada, 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 you've got such and such in your cart. Do you want to purchase it? He's gone, yes. So all of a sudden, I'm $80 down and we've got an indoor hammock that's being sent to us.
Wow.
We haven't set it up yet. So,
yeah, that's why she's unplugged. If we really need her, I'll plug her back in. But I was just sick of hearing her go, yes, this book recommendation is in your thing. Would you want me to add it to your cart from this author? I'm like, no. Where did you get this from? I didn't even put this thing in my cart. Oh my God. But we have been going
Oh,
on way too long.
I think we'll pull up stumps there, as the expression over here goes. We'll pull up stumps.
Yep, that was part 2. I think we're all
That
good
was
at the
part
memories.
2. I think we're covered on the memories.
Yep.
Yes. We've got Wrestle Dream coming up
Yeah,
in
it's
a
good.
couple of days.
Well, tomorrow for me. Big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, people.
Big day tomorrow. Football bright and early in the morning. 9
Actually, I've got
a.m.
soccer bright and early.
9 a.m. Taking the little one to go see the new Paw Patrol movie. That's going to be fun. And then football all the way up until about 7 o'clock. And then Wrestle Dream.
Yes, I can't wait. Can't
I'm gonna
wait.
be
It's going to be an
very
awesome,
tired.
awesome card.
Hopefully
You
you can
will.
watch it live so we can talk about it.
I hope so too.
I
I hope
fucking
so
hope
too.
so. But
Arr.
as always, you can follow the podcast on YouTube, on Twitter, at Second Rope Marks. You can follow me on the X at Allan Awesome. You can follow Rick over there at Rick Othan22. Prince Rick or Prince Rick is his new name.
Prince Rick, yeah.
Prince Rick.
I'm just running with this Prince Nana shit. I'll probably
yeah.
change the name soon enough.
I'm surprised you didn't even see the bottom left corner though.
Oh, what is it? Oh, Jesus Christ, I do too. There we go. Fucking hell.
Yep. And follow us on Spotify. Give us a 3 ain't enough, man. I need 5. 5-star review. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it,
Time
guys.
to go get the little one up for bed.
Enjoy, my friend. Have
Yes,
a
yes.
great weekend. I'm sure I will. Lots of wrestling to consume, lots of chores around the house to do. But as always, happy wrestling,
Happy
as Ian
wrestling.
Riccaboni would say.
Go Kangaroos and Magpies. Love it.
Hey,
with
my soccer team is Tottenham Hotspurs, and our emblem is a cockerel. So, all about the birds.
I don't know what you just said. Not one thing. Is a cockerel?
Cockerel, a rooster. A cockerel.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
That's an English team.
We will see you next time. Maybe, like I said, maybe next time we'll have a guest. I think next week will be the guest.
Awesome.
Yes, yeah, I think so. I'll try to work it out. All righty. See you, everybody. Bye.